Okay. Hi, how you doing? I'm Fanique Effinger.
Good. My name's Tiffany.
Okay, Tiffany. Okay, you have a seat. How's everything going?
It's going good, but I've been having some problems at my job.
Okay. So you say you're having some problems at your job. Tell me about it.
Well, I've been really stressed out
Uh
with
huh.
the roles that I play at work. I have to supervise over 4 to 5 tellers. I'm a lead teller at Wells Fargo.
Okay, I hear you say that you have a lot of roles that you play at your job,
Yeah.
and you also say that you are a lead teller. Huh? Sounds like you play many roles at your job.
I have a lot of responsibilities.
Okay, all right. Tell me a little bit about those responsibilities.
Well, I have to manage 4 to 5 tellers each day. I
Wow.
have to
Four tellers.
order money for our cash vaults.
Mhm.
I
You
have
have to
to
order money.
balance vaults each day. I
Okay.
have to count them if they're short or over each day.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I just have to do a lot of roles at my job.
Well, sounds like a lot. How do you handle being under pressure?
I don't.
Okay. All right.
That's why I'm here because I can't handle the under pressure.
Okay.
I would leave and go to the restroom, just get away from the tail line just to get a break.
Okay. All right. And I hear you say that you will leave and go on a break.
hmm
How? Hmm. Sounds like it's a lot. It's a lot to do.
It is.
Mm. So how long have you been a lead teller?
I've been the lead teller for 3 years, but at Wells Fargo for 6.
Wow. Sounds like you have a lot of you
The
do a lot of things.
responsibilities, but less pay. I want more money for the roles that I'm taking.
And you say you feel like you deserve more money because you have a lot of roles that you have to do.
And a lot
Okay.
of responsibilities.
Okay. And a lot of responsibilities. Uh-huh. And I hear you say, have you ever talked to your supervisor or boss about any of those
I
concerns that you have?
I have. They just tell me, it's coming. Like
Okay.
a raise is coming, but just
Mhm.
be patient.
Mhm. Wow. Wow. And you feel like it was nothing done on that end as well.
My phone. Can, can
Oh God. So it's a lot.
yeah.
Okay. 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 So now it is by you being but by you being the lead teller and
I want to be.
have you always wanted to do finances?
No, I actually want to be a service manager.
Hmm.
Service manager roles are basically what I'm doing, but just at a higher level
Okay.
with more pay.
Okay. What have you did to prepare or focus on that direction of being a service manager? What are
I've
some
been
things?
working with my service manager
Hmm.
to get better at what I'm doing now.
Okay.
So we step aside sometimes and she would show me some of the roles that she
Hmm.
has to take. And we work on a mock interview, which we would go in and do some interviews, which I have been on and I
Okay.
got the job for it.
How was those interviews? Were they?
One was okay, and the other was, I didn't think I did good on it, but I've been trying to work on it because I want to be a service manager.
Why do you think you didn't do good on it?
I can just tell, like, I wasn't prepared for it. It
Hmm.
wasn't the right time, I guess.
Mm. Mm.
I
So
didn't
it's
prepare myself for it.
mm. So what are some things that you think you feel like you could have done differently?
Just got prepared for it, more prepared for it. I worked on some of the questions,
Hmm.
but I didn't prepare myself for the interview.
Now I hear you saying that you wanted to prepare for it. Uh, Could you explain a little bit about that? What do you mean about prepare? And it can be, and when I say explain it, just what steps have you done? Not done. I'm sorry, but what steps have you did? Like far as in, well, I studied a study guide, or
I didn't study as much as I did,
mm,
like a study guide. And when I'm saying prepared, is doing like a mock interview with my
hmm.
service manager and
Okay,
manager
okay,
because I've worked on doing interviews, but they said I'm not so good at interviewing.
hmm,
Like I know the job, but
yeah.
the interview process is something I need to work on.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, and you talk about being stressed out and being overwhelmed with all the tasks that you do at your job, and
hmm
it sounds like you're pretty awesome, by the way. But tell me a little bit about what do you do off when you're not away, when you're not at Wells Fargo and you're not working all those positions. What are some things that you're doing with your family? Do you have any kids?
Yes, I have a 7-year-old.
Okay, what's her name?
Her name is Chloe.
Okay, okay. Do you what are some things that you do with Chloe on the for fun?
She's actually playing softball, so we have practice twice a week.
Oh, that sounds like
And
it's
so we're getting ready for practice on Mondays and Thursdays, and we have games starting next week.
okay, okay. Wow, it sounds like you're gonna have another busy schedule after that. But do you enjoy that? I'm pretty sure you do.
Yes, I do. She enjoys it as well.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, that's awesome. It sounds like you have a pretty lengthy schedule when you're spending time with your daughter. Is there anything else you do besides that?
Basically just spending time with her, making sure that she, is happy. Besides softball, that's pretty much. She goes to after school care at Bluff Park Elementary in
Okay.
Birmingham, Alabama.
Mhm.
We do a lot of extracurricular activities.
Mhm.
On the weekends,
Mhm.
we go to birthday parties. We do the park.
Okay.
Just make sure she's happy.
Okay. Okay. And what about any other activities, as far as in with adults? Like what do you do? What do you do for fun? Just if it's not with Chloe.
I spend some time with my family on the weekends. I go to Selma, Alabama.
Okay. Okay.
And I just spend some time with my family. Show my father wants to see my daughter, and so we just take her down there on the weekend.
That's awesome. That sounds like no, that's seriously, that's awesome. And I see that brings you a lot of joy.
It does.
When you talk about your father and you talk about all that. So do you think that it helps with the stress that you have from work? Does it help relieve it? Because
Yes, like on Fridays, I can't wait till the weekend.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I think that once I'm home with my family, when I come to Selma, it relieves that stress.
Okay.
We sit around the table, we talk, we have fun,
Mhm.
we enjoy. We eat foods together. My dad cooks on Sundays,
Okay.
and we just enjoy that time.
Okay. 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 Well, it sounds like that you are putting all the necessary things to do to have that stress relief. I hear you say you spend time with your family. You talk about spending time with your daughter. Seems like she's gonna be busy with her schedule playing softball. So I think that you are a woman that wear many hats. That's what I think. I think that you are definitely putting in the effort to relieve some of that stress and not only have that me time. Or what I would encourage you to do to really spend a lot of time with your daughter, which having that, because you have to. How can I say this? You have to have a way to relieve your stress, and it sounds like you do. Sounds like you do. So that is awesome.
And that stress comes from, my job and me wanting to be a service manager. They know that I want to be a service manager. I've been there for quite some time. I started off as a part-time teller, worked my way up to full-time, and now I'm a lead 3 years in.
Wow.
I know the role, I know all that, and they know that I know all that. But I just got to get down to that interview process. I just got to get down to that right store that I can be that service manager at.
Well,
and that's a big stress for me.
It sounds like you really want to be a service manager. It sounds like that is one of a goal of yours that you would like to achieve, and it seems like it's really working. It seems like it's really working. So
yes, I even went forth and calling my psychic. Her name is Julie Ryan. She has a podcast, and I actually called her back in September to ask her about it, and she said that when I asked her, that was in September, she said not at this time, but in 6 months you would get a promotion. And so, maybe it's not the right time for me, but I'm just patiently waiting. And they've seen a progress in me.
So you felt like so I hear you say you called the psychic.
She comes in to see me like every first of the month to get a cashier's check, and I talk to her about what I want to do. Most of my customers want me to be there. They know if they see the potential in me, but they want me there. They won't go to anybody else but me. I've been at that store. I'm the only one still at that store.
It sounds like the clients that the customers really like you at this store. You seems like you know a lot about the area that you're in, and it seems like you definitely know what you want. It's just that you just need that extra time to kind of relieve the stress without even feeling overwhelmed. Sounds like, but also it sounds like that you do relieve some of that stress when you spend time with your family and your daughter. And your daughter. I would encourage you to speak with your supervisor and just express your concerns, because it sounds like you are really dealing with that, and you have tried to come to him and express your concerns, and you feel like you're not being heard.
That's exactly what it is. Okay. And I've talked to my service manager about it. We just had a one-on-one Thursday, and she said she knows where I'm coming from. She knows how I feel because she's been in that same position. She even left the company.
Sounds like
and
it's
came
a lot.
back because she wasn't getting that position either. She was in my shoes as well.
Have you thought about leaving the company?
I have. I've been doing interviews. I mean, not interviews. I've been doing applications for other job families, but.
And I hear you saying you've been doing the applications. Is that the same field that you're in now, and other branches are just branching off to doing something else? Just branching off to doing something else. Okay. What was something else to do?
Something was in a call center.
You know her?
A call center.
What's that girl name?
Okay. Okay. A call center. So that's something that you would like to pursue as far as in the call center?
I didn't really want to do a call center. I've never done a call center, but I think I would have done it if they would have given me the...
Okay. Do you feel like that would be better versus you being, at the bank?
I don't think so. I mean, I've been at the bank. I know all the steps of what I need to do. I know all the ropes of the banker side and the teller side. So I was just doing that to just cope with my stress.
Okay. And you say you've been doing that, and that's what you're doing to cope with your stress.
I've been on Indeed looking for other jobs. A couple have called me back. A couple of I had interviews for, but it just wasn't the right time.
If you had to choose a job that you would like to do, what would it be?
The service manager.
Oh, see, that's something I told you.
That's something I want to do.
Yeah, that felt like I felt like, and it appears that that's something that you would like to do. That's your goal. That's your goal, and that's something that you want to do. That's your goal. It seems like your goal.
But I also have done an interview, like what else got me stressed was I got the banker position 4 years ago, but at Wells Fargo they have this thing called the credit check, and they check the credit on there, and something was on my credit with an apartment, and so I had the job, they gave me everything, and then when they checked that, I didn't get it, and so that's another thing that had me overwhelming stress.
So you feel like they check your credit, and that was a decision that really you suffered based on your credit check.
And when
how does that make you feel?
Like it was a punch in the face.
So okay, so it was a lot. Okay, and I understand that. It just sounds like it was just a lot to go through. But what are you doing to fix that with your credit?
I actually had my manager, he logged on Credit Karma with me, and we went over some things on my credit, and he actually did a lot of disputes for me and it actually raised it when he did that.
Okay.
And so he was telling me that he would help me with that. And
Okay.
he said if I would have did the interview for that time for the service manager,
Okay.
I still wouldn't have got it because of that credit.
Well, it sounds like you have done a lot as far as in with your credit. It sounds like you in the right areas and that you're focused on. My advice and I would encourage you to just continue doing what you're doing to minimize stress. Thank you so much for coming, and you have a nice day.
Thank you, Miss
Okay,
Tiffany.
thank you. All right.
Is that what